Hey guys, what's going on? It's Bob here. In today's video, I'll be teaching you guys how to play the overly arrogant orphan. Zero. Hit it! So today I'll be teaching you guys how to play D-Rod. D-Rod is a fighter with a high sustainability and high in offense. It is best for offline and XP lane, which typically most of the fighters would be. With this hero, you could be utterly trash or really good at this hero, or you can be both in the same time. D-Rod has a unique passive, which every time he basic attack for 2 times, it enhances the third basic attack. And each stack from his basic attack it will enhance his skills with his passive, which you can heal for 140% of your physical damage. If you ask me, this is pretty BS. Yes, it's pretty BS because you can abuse this with high attack damage or high healing. That's why you can sustain much as zero. But speaking of D-Rod's passive, let's head on to his skills. D-Rod's first skill is called Slow. Yes, it's just slow. It's so slow that I rarely even use this skill. D-Rod's first skill releases a burst of circles that I can't even explain, which slows the enemy for 25% for 1.5 seconds and deals 200 physical damage, and the skill can be enhanced by his passive. When his passive is on, his first skill will become longer burst of circles and will deal 140% of your physical damage, and the slow will double, and this skill has a 5-second cooldown. Like I said, I rarely use this skill. I only use this skill for clearing the lane and slowing down the enemy. This skill can be paired up with the second skill. Talking about the second skill, let's head on to his second skill. Their second skill is called I need to end this quickly because this is only skill I use to kill my enemy with ease. Zero dashes to an enemy, causing them to hit, dealing 230 physical damage, and on the second phase of his second skill, he will toss himself to the enemy, dealing 345 damage and penetrating the enemy's physical armor for 50% for 4 seconds. This skill can be also enhanced by his passive, dealing 150% from the original damage, slowing the enemy for 90% while reducing the physical defense to 75% for 4 seconds, and it has a cooldown of 12 seconds. This skill is mainly for reducing the enemy's defense and slowing them. This skill is pretty good for combos, and while using the skill, you'll deal insane amount of damage with his third skill. And now, the most useful and useless skill is called Slow Freaking Ult. Yes. Why? Dude, his casting animation, I can do anything in his casting animation. It's so slow. But anyways, his third skill uses his tail to, and I quote, quickly stab the enemy, dealing 650 damage plus the 20% of the enemy's lost HP and slowing them down for 55% for 0.8 seconds. Now, you know the basics of D-Rod. Now, let's head on to the tips and tricks. Use these 3 spells only: Purify, Flicker, Petrify. Use Purify if you want to get out in a sticky situation. Use Flicker if you want to surprise your enemies, and use Petrify if you want to punish some orphan slaves. Max his second skill first, then max his first skill, then max the ult as much as possible. And use this build to be tanky and have damage as much as possible. Use warrior boots or tough boots Just in case you can't sustain the damage of the mage, use the tough boots. Or the enemy has more CC than damage, use tough boots also, because all the skills of the hero can be interrupted by a CC hero, and he's heavily countered by this. Then follow it up with Bloodlust Axe to sustain and heal more. Then use War Axe, the new item, to have higher mobility and damage. Continue off with Radiant Armor to deal off the pesky mages like Chang'e, Veil, Selena, and many more mages. Then use Queen Wings to sustain and survive longer in the team fights. Then finish it off with Anticuirass to decrease all the damage. And that's the way to be a real Tiroth main. Even though you have 30 matches in this guy, I don't know, I use this character like every once in a while. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This video took so long to make. At one point I had a bad headache while editing this video, but I'm okay now. And also, I have now a TikTok, so I'll be putting it down in the description below. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe, guys. And see you next time. Peace. Hit it.
Coming from the bottom, better move with caution. When I bring this out, final form, I'm a slay. When I pull up, get thunderclap, my slayers running back. Make sure these demons remember the name. I do them dirty like EU when I'm dead calm. Till I get hot, but I see through all your dead plots. Slamming the guys in these two, cut your head off. Pull up with your demons, I'm making sure they next gone.